Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of Dope Black Vet. This week we will be talking all about what it is that your puppy needs. Last week we briefly hinted about different things that could be important like cost. So this week we want to talk about what those costs may specifically be for in terms of what it is that your puppy needs. Before we jump into that, this week's Tshirt Shoutout goes to the National Association of Black Veterinarians. I am a member of this organization. It was founded a little over a year ago. I'm a board member as well, and we have had our first inaugural conference last year in New Orleans, and we were definitely looking forward to our second one this year at The Ohio State University. But in the wake of COVID, things were postponed. So anyone who's interested in being a member of the organization, whether you're a person of color, a person who wants to know how they can help more of your veterinarians of color in the profession, that just wants to learn more about what it is that we as people of color sometimes deal with as veterinarians, please check us out at nabvonline.org. We take student members, so as well as those that are in high school, in undergrad, that are interested in possibly careers in veterinary medicine or animal medicine. Feel free to check out our website. There may be some important things and events that may be helpful to you. For those parents who may be looking for mentors for their children that may be interested in being veterinarians as well, please reach out to us. Once again, nabvonline.org. Anyway, let's jump into what it is that your puppy needs. So puppies need a few things: vaccines, flea and heartworm prevention, feeding, of course, socialization. Sometimes with these larger breeds, make sure that you want to squeeze obedience training in there, spaying and neutering, as well as deworming. So starting at the top, looking at vaccines, one of the most important vaccines that your puppy can get is called the DHPP. Some people call it the 5-in-1. Some people will eventually evolve into getting a 7-in-1, but most commonly DHPP is going to be the first vaccination that your puppy receives. One of the viruses that is a part of DHPP is the parvovirus. Parvovirus is a very fatal virus. So be mindful of putting your puppies on the ground when they're young, running around playing with their dogs, unknown places all around the yards. This is how they can pick it up. They can pick up virus from other pets that have been in that environment, spreading parvo. Your puppy can become infected. We can't cure it. We can only supportively treat it. So once again, parvovirus can be fatal. First signs are vomiting and then eventually vomiting as well as bloody diarrhea. So be on the lookout, keep your puppy safe, don't put them on the ground. Puppies need vaccines typically between the ages of 6 to 8 weeks of age. I typically start at about 8 weeks of age, continuing every 4 weeks until they are 16 weeks old. By the time they're 16 weeks old, it's time for the rabies vaccination, which can only be done by a licensed veterinarian. So you will not find this vaccine at the co-op. Side note, with that being said, vaccines from the co-op are not great. So feed store vaccines, I always advise my clients to stay away from. A lot of people like to vaccinate their own pets. Our concern as veterinary professionals is, are these vaccines being kept properly so that they are working properly in your pet? So remember, that is not the way to go. Talk to any of your veterinary professionals. They will more than likely advise you to get more vaccinations. So vaccinate. In addition to that, flea and heartworm prevention. Fleas are annoying. Heartworms are fatal. So make sure that you have heartworm prevention and flea prevention for your puppy. Any puppy over the age of 6 months of age can become infected with heartworms that can kill them. These are worms that live in the heart, not worms that are found in their poop. So these are two different types of worms. With that being said, they also need intestinal deworming for most common worms like roundworms and hookworms, which can also be zoonotic to people, meaning there's a part of that can infect us. So make sure you are deworming your pets on a regular basis. In addition, feed your pets a reputable diet. Table scraps are not the best. Grapes are not good, as well as onions, amongst a plethora of other things. So do your research, talk to your vet, ask questions when you're going for that first puppy visit. Also, socialization for your puppy is important. If you want him to enjoy time with other people, not be so aggressive, not be so anxious, make sure you socialize him or her when those vaccinations are complete around 16 weeks of age. Also, spaying and neutering. If you decide that you want to breed your pet, then of course that's not for you. However, for those that know that they don't want to deal with heat cycles and aggressive males trying to get outside to chase these females in heat cycles, then I recommend that you spay or neuter your pet. So these are things that you should consider for your puppy. These are the basic needs of your puppy. Also remember, your veterinarian knows a little bit more than your breeder. So trust your vet more than your breeder. Also, annual exams for these puppies when they become adults, as well as annual vaccines. Take them to the doctor at least once a year to make sure they get their checkup and make sure you're not missing your heartworm prevention or your flea prevention. Last but not least, loves and hugs and cuddles are going to be everything that your puppy needs to become an awesome adult. Feel free to reach out. Until next time, bye.